Welcome to Sports Data Daily. The final bell rang, and the entire boxing world was shaken. The oldest legendary boxers, still alive in 2026, have stepped away from the spotlight and the silent battles behind the scenes. Age not only takes away strength, but also conceals pains few have ever seen. What truly kept them standing strong until today? One single night can rewrite a rivalry forever. Antonio Tarver, born November 23, 1968, changed boxing history when he became the first man to stop Roy Jones Jr., capturing the light heavyweight crown and redefining belief in second chances. His timing was perfect. Now 57, Tarver is in good health and remains deeply involved in boxing as a commentator and analyst, offering sharp insight shaped by experience. Defense can be an art form, and James Toney painted it with precision. Born August 24, 1968, he mastered the shoulder roll, winning world titles across 3 weight divisions through timing, vision, and calm under pressure. His style rewarded patience. At 57, Toney lives with significant speech impairment caused by years in professional boxing, and now leads a quieter life focused on daily care and respect for his enduring legacy. Few athletes ever felt untouchable in their prime, yet Roy Jones Jr. defined that feeling for an entire decade. Born January 16, 1969, he was widely regarded as the best pound-for-pound fighter of the 1990s, collecting world titles in 4 weight classes through speed, reflexes, and confidence. His peak seemed unreal. Now 57, Jones remains in excellent physical condition, continuing to train fighters and work as a high-level boxing coach. Power once commanded silence when Gerald McClellan entered the ring. Born October 23, 1967, he was feared as one of boxing's most dangerous middleweights, capturing the WBC title with explosive strength. His rise was fast and forceful. Now 58, McClellan is in poor health, living with severe physical limitations and receiving 24-hour care from his family, who continue to support him with unwavering devotion. Heavyweight glory often leaves the deepest marks, as seen in Riddick Bowe's story. Born August 10, 1967, he reached the sport's summit as undisputed heavyweight champion and triumphed in a legendary trilogy against Evander Holyfield. His peak carried immense weight. At 58, Bowe is experiencing neurological decline and noticeable speech difficulties linked to long-term ring wear, now living a slower, more guarded life, centered on care and stability. Speed once overwhelmed even the most experienced opponents when Terry Norris stepped forward. Born June 17, 1967, he dominated the light middleweight division and delivered decisive victories over Sugar Ray Leonard, earning 3 world titles through relentless pace and precision. His peak was explosive. Now 58, Norris lives with Parkinsonism and cognitive decline, linked to repeated head trauma, receiving ongoing care while being remembered for brilliance that burned fast and bright. Few names carried raw intimidation quite like Mike Tyson. Born June 30, 1966, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, capturing the undisputed crown with explosive power and relentless aggression that reshaped the division. His presence felt unavoidable. At 59, Tyson is generally in good health and maintains a rigorous training routine, staying active through exhibition bouts and media appearances while embracing discipline later in life. Style sometimes becomes a form of control, as demonstrated by Chris Eubank. Born August 8, 1966, he went undefeated for a full decade in WBO competition, ruling the middle and super middleweight divisions with confidence, composure, and unmistakable flair. His persona was inseparable from his success. Now 59, Eubank enjoys excellent health and remains highly active as a fashion figure and media personality in the UK. Redemption arrived unexpectedly in the story of Oliver McCall. Born April 21, 1965, he stunned the boxing world by knocking out Lennox Lewis in 1994 to claim the WBC heavyweight title. His career unfolded in unpredictable chapters. At 60, McCall is in remarkable physical condition and made headlines again by winning a professional bout at age 60 in late 2025, redefining longevity in the heavyweight division. Control at the highest level defined the reign of Lennox Lewis. Born September 2, 1965, he became the last undisputed heavyweight champion, combining power, intelligence, and patience to dominate a golden era of the division. His authority felt absolute. Now 60, Lewis remains in excellent physical and mental health, working globally as a respected boxing commentator, mentor, and ambassador for the sport. Longevity at the elite level rarely comes by chance, and Bernard Hopkins built his career around discipline. Born January 15, 1965, he became the oldest world champion in boxing history at age 49, ruling the middleweight division through patience, intelligence, and preparation. His success followed routine. Now 61, Hopkins enjoys exceptional health. Known for a strict, monk-like diet and a lifelong commitment to fitness. Intensity once defined every movement of Nigel Benn, earning him the nickname the Dark Destroyer. Born January 27, 1964, he captured world titles in 2 weight divisions, fighting with emotion and explosive force that thrilled crowds. His presence was unmistakable. At 62, Ben remains very healthy and physically fit, now living a quiet life in Australia focused on fitness, family, and personal faith. Few records feel as untouchable as the unbeaten run of Julio Cesar Chavez. Born July 12, 1962, he strung together an extraordinary 89-fight unbeaten streak, becoming a 3-weight world champion and a national icon in Mexico. His resilience matched his skill. Now 63, Chavez is very healthy and energetic, working as a respected boxing analyst for major Hispanic television networks. Heavyweight greatness reached a historic peak with Evander Holyfield. Born October 19, 1962, he remains the only 4-time world heavyweight champion, combining heart, resilience, and faith to conquer the sport's toughest division. His battles defined an era. At 63, Holyfield's health is stable. He travels frequently for public appearances, and while his speech has slowed slightly, his presence remains dignified and respected worldwide. Boxing can sometimes transcend sport, and Barry McGuigan embodied that idea. Born February 28, 1961, he became a symbol of hope and unity in Ireland, winning the WBA featherweight title while bridging communities through his success. His influence reached far beyond the ring. Now 64, McGuigan is in good health and remains deeply involved in boxing as a promoter and manager, shaping the next generation from behind the scenes. Popularity sometimes carries more weight than titles, and Frank Bruno embodied that truth in Britain. Born November 16, 1961, he became one of the most beloved heavyweight figures of his era, capturing the WBC title and earning admiration for honesty and courage. His connection with fans ran deep. Now 64, Bruno's health is stable as he actively manages bipolar disorder and dedicates much of his life to mental health awareness and advocacy. One night can overturn everything the sport assumes, as shown by Buster Douglas. Born April 7, 1960, he shocked the world by defeating Mike Tyson in what remains boxing's greatest upset, becoming undisputed heavyweight champion against all expectations. That moment redefined belief. At 65, Douglas's health is stable, though he requires ongoing management of long-term conditions such as diabetes, approaching life today with structure and care. Youth once carried extraordinary promise in the rise of Wilfred Benitez. Born September 12, 1958, he became the youngest world champion ever at just 17, later winning titles across 3 weight divisions with rare ring intelligence. His talent arrived early. Now 67, Benitez is very frail, living with severe neurological decline and requiring full-time nursing care, supported continuously by those closest to him. Greatness can carry the pride of an entire continent, as seen in Azumah Nelson. Born July 19, 1958, he rose to become the most celebrated African boxer of all time, ruling the featherweight and super featherweight divisions with discipline and heart. His legacy became national. At 67, Nelson enjoys excellent health and remains a hero in Ghana, focusing on coaching young fighters and leading charitable work through his foundation. Range and adaptability defined the career of Thomas Hearns. Born October 18, 1958, he made history as the first boxer to win world titles in 4 different weight classes, later extending that achievement to 5. His reach changed tactics across divisions. Now 67, Hearns' health is stable. He remains mentally sharp and regularly appears at Boxing Hall of Fame events, representing the sport's golden eras with clarity and pride. Not every champion seeks the spotlight after leaving the ring. Michael Spinks, born July 13, 1956, made history as the undisputed light heavyweight champion before conquering a 2nd weight class. His achievements spoke loudly on their own. Now 69, Spinks lives a very private and quiet life, with stable health, choosing peace and distance from boxing's public glare. Power once arrived before the bell even rang when Gerry Cooney stepped forward. Born August 24, 1956, he became known in the 1980s for raw strength and knockout threat, earning his place among heavyweight contenders of his era. His presence was unmistakable. At 69, Cooney is in good health and now channels his voice into a popular boxing radio show, remaining articulate and deeply engaged with the sport. Stardom followed naturally wherever Sugar Ray Leonard went. Born May 17, 1956, he became a global icon of the 1980s, winning world titles in 5 weight classes and blending skill, charisma, and timing into unforgettable performances. His appeal crossed borders. Now 69, Leonard enjoys excellent health and high energy, working as a motivational speaker and television personality with the same enthusiasm that once filled arenas. Technical grace defined the promise of John Conte long before fame fully arrived. Born May 19, 1951, he was widely regarded as Britain's most gifted light heavyweight, capturing the WBC title with finesse and intelligence rather than brute force. His talent earned lasting respect. At 74, Conte is in good health, remaining active as an after-dinner speaker and supporting charitable causes with quiet dedication. Few nicknames ever matched reality as closely as Hands of Stone. Roberto Duran, born June 16, 1951, built a legendary career across 4 weight classes, blending ferocity with instinct to become one of boxing's most enduring figures. His intensity was unmistakable. Now 74, Duran's health is stable after recovering from heart issues in 2024, and he currently lives with a pacemaker while continuing to be honored worldwide. Consistency at the top is often harder than reaching the summit, and Larry Holmes made it his hallmark. Born November 3, 1949, he defended the heavyweight title an extraordinary 20 consecutive times, ruling as WBC and IBF champion through discipline, timing, and an iconic jab. His reign valued durability over spectacle. Now 76, Holmes is in very good health, a successful businessman who still makes regular appearances at boxing events. Boxing's most memorable nights sometimes arrive without warning, like the upset authored by Billy Backus. Born March 5, 1943, he shocked the world by defeating Jose Napoles to claim the welterweight title, turning a single evening into a lifetime achievement. His moment was precise and unforgettable. At 82, Backus enjoys stable health in retirement, living a quiet life in New York away from the spotlight. Global respect followed Fighting Harada long after the final bell. Born April 5, 1943, he became a 2-weight world champion and earned lasting acclaim by defeating the legendary Eder Joffre twice, an achievement that resonated across continents. His legacy bridged eras. Now 82, Harada's health is stable for his age, and he remains a revered figure within Japan's boxing community. Sometimes a fighter's legacy expands beyond the ring, as it did for Chuck Wepner. Born February 22, 1939, he became a heavyweight contender whose grit inspired the movie Rocky, turning perseverance into pop culture. His story connected sport and cinema. At 86, Wepner remains in stable health, a cancer survivor who still attends sports memorabilia and film conventions, greeting fans with humility and warmth. Durability sometimes becomes legend on its own. George Chuvalo, born September 12, 1937, earned a reputation as the toughest chin in heavyweight boxing, famously never being knocked down while ruling as Canadian heavyweight champion. His courage defined him more than belts. Now 88, Chuvalo lives with advanced dementia, yet remains physically robust for his age, remembered with deep respect for resilience that transcended outcomes. Some legacies are built not with gloves, but with vision. Bob Arum, born December 8, 1931, founded Top Rank Boxing and shaped generations of champions through structure, opportunity, and global reach. His influence spanned eras. At 94, Arum remains remarkably sharp and mentally active, continuing to run his multi-million-dollar company with clarity and purpose rarely seen at such an age. The spectacle of boxing once carried his unmistakable presence. Don King, born August 20, 1931, promoted the world's biggest events, turning fights into global moments and shaping the sport's most dramatic chapters. His style was unforgettable. Now 94, King is frail and often uses a wheelchair, making limited public appearances due to advanced age, yet his name remains inseparable from boxing's grandest nights. And as the lights in the ring dim, only the real people behind the legend remain. They have paid the price with blood, tears, and their youth to survive until today. The untold stories are still there, and their journey is far from over.